Yay Media Group.
So I had to go back, get back on the train, go all the way back to security. Then I go through security and I'm like, hey, buddy, do you have a silver watch? And he's like, yeah, can you describe it? I go, yeah, it looks like a real watch, but there's a crack right across the face. He's like, I got it right here.
Hey guys, episode 139.
Ooh,
You look handsome today.
I do?
Yes, in your Togetherness shirt.
Oh,
That looks
thank
good
you.
on you.
This is a prototype Togetherness shirt. This was when we were making them.
Well, yeah, when we were making them.
Yeah.
Your arms look tan.
Not up here, they don't.
You look
I got
good.
that dad watching his son play sports tan with a t-shirt on.
The boys, they have these awkward tans. I don't know if I've said it. Neck, this is all tan. Then it's white. Then tan from here down, and then they wear their socks up high, and they have a tan there. So, and then I got some weird tan lines too, just because I'm always wearing my yoga pants.
Yeah, we got to even it out when the pool opens at the end of the month.
I know, I'm ready. Yesterday we took like a family golf cart ride. It was beautiful out, and we were looking for snakes. That's what we told the boys because the snakes are out, and we have this like pond. And I just wanted to jump in it and just swim.
I wish you could fish in there. The neighbors get mad. There's big bass in there.
I know. It's just like, mind your business, neighbors.
Let a kid catch a bass.
I know.
Yeah,
well,
what's up?
there were a couple people that snuck
That ruined it for everybody?
and did it. And then they got busted and then they got in trouble.
That's right. There's other little lakes.
But you
we
get
could go
called
to.
out. You get called out on the neighborhood
know, I'm not
Facebook
gonna-
if you do something wrong.
Yeah, I don't want my picture on the
You do. You get called out.
on the
for that.
association website. But yeah, I'm going to take them fishing this week too. That's something.
Oh,
since
they will love it.
Sports is done. They were asking to go fishing, so I'm going to get geared up for some
You
fishing.
better have something, some type of treat to get Leighton out of there because you know he starts and then when you make him leave, he cries and screams. And it's like, this is the worst day ever because you make him leave.
That's everything. That's
Yeah.
everything with
And
Leighton.
when he cries. Okay, switching gears. We are recording. What's today? Tuesday. My days are off. Mother's Day weekend.
Yes.
It was. Jeff went back to Chicago to be with his family. I was here with the boys. It was very relaxing. I cleaned house and did some yard work. I mainly did some yard work yesterday. So it looked, you know what? I don't know why, but like when you go out of town and then you come back, I like want the yard to look crisp because it makes you like happier to be home.
It looks nice.
You get all the credit this time. I'm not fighting you anymore. Because usually I used to do it, but you get all the credit. You've been pulling the weeds. You're
All
the
right,
one
all
that
right.
got
We're
the
not
grass.
talking about weather or the lawn.
I know, but you get the credit for it. But yeah, so Jeff went back to Chicago. He's going to keep going back to Chicago every other weekend. Whenever
Yes.
you can. There's some news. Jeff that's not ready to share it yet and talk about. But for right now, the most important thing is for Jeff to be back with his family.
Right.
And me and the boys, like I said, typical my day cleaning. I was like, you are not going outside at all because I just wanted to rest. I didn't want to deal with where are you, whose house are you in? And I didn't want them bothering the neighbors because they probably wanted to be with their families and their moms wanted to rest. I did have plans to go with a friend. I was going to meet them in Golden. Lawson, I think he was just so burned out. Saturday, we had 3 games. You guys, I was so happy they lost their game because if they won, then we would have had practices this week and then another game. I just wanted to be done with it. So after the game, I took the boys to main event. They got these fancy Shirley Temples, you know, that they do at main event.
It's like a game place.
Yeah,
You know,
it's like
you
a
could go
Dave and
bowling.
Buster's.
Yeah.
I hate it, but I get a spot. I normally get my same table and I get my boys' games, separate cards, like ticket things, and they go and play and I sit where I can watch them so nobody can grab them because I'm right there by the door and I keep an eye on it, but I people watch and it's great. And normally places like that, I feel like when you get a margarita or something, normally it's like 2 triple sec. It's just not good. So I was like, you know what? I'm sitting here. I have been out in the sun. I was in my yoga pants, sun protectant shirt, hat. I was dying. out there. And I love the heat. I was really hot. And but I have to wear my sun protectant shirts. I kind of alternate,
Yeah.
But I got an ice cold top shelf margarita from Main Event. I don't know if there's other Main Events in other locations. And I got tahini on the rim, not just salt. It was so good. I could have had like a bunch, but I was like, I can't. I got my kids. But when you've been sitting outside and you feel like you got sun, even though I didn't,
yeah.
and you drink something that's ice cold and it's like a margarita or something. I was like, this is nice. And then I was just people watching, you're judging people.
So
That's
you
what
had a nice little Mother's Day with a margarita and judging people.
Yes.
There you go.
And the boys, they have
like I
fun.
said, I owe you a Mother's Day.
No, you don't.
But
no, you don't.
Yeah. But I'm glad you had a good day.
You got to be with your whole family.
Yeah, my whole family, both of my brothers, my cousins came. They cooked us pizza. We had like make your own pizza. So it was a really beautiful Mother's Day, really special. But like I said, I'll share all that stuff, when the time's right. But yeah, it was a beautiful Mother's Day.
Yes, and me and the boys are gonna go back with Jeff. I don't know when. The boys only have 8 days left of school.
I know.
And then we're done.
Winding down.
Yeah, winding everything down. But one other thing I wanted to talk about is today, and now this isn't sponsored. This is not an ad or anything. This is just what I want to share. I'm actually going to share it on my Instagram stories tomorrow. I went and had Preveno.
Mm-hmm.
I went and had Prenuvo. I always say it wrong.
Okay.
Prenuvo. Jeff is getting it done tomorrow. And I booked these for Jeff and I. It's something that I've been wanting to do. And then I just held it off. About, I don't know, a year or two, a girlfriend of mine from high school posted about having it done with her dad. They drove to Atlanta. That's my first time ever even hearing about it. And then I saw like other reality people posting about it, influencers. And so I started looking into it. But I got scared because it's like, well, one, it's an MRI. You're doing like a full body scan. You can do half, but I wanted full body.
Right.
And
explain what it's for, though.
Oh, it's an MRI. It's a full body scan. It's over 500. I think it can do. Let me get it right. I have it all on here.
It detects pre-cancer cells, right? Is that the gist of it?
Mm-hmm.
So it detects pre-cancer cells.
But I want to be detailed. I think it's like 500.
While you're looking for that, you have to go in there for 45, 50 minutes. Jordan just went today. Like she said, I'm doing mine tomorrow. But, we're getting to that age where you just never know anymore. And cancer is so prevalent, and I don't know what it's causing it, if it's in the foods we eat, whatever other things that you think it might be. But it's just overwhelming, the numbers of people who have cancer today as opposed to back in the day. Cancer was always a thing. I know now it's a little bit more treatable, but some of it's not, unfortunately. And early detection, I think, is your best bet. So that's why we're doing this.
Okay, here it is. It is a transformative healthcare company that uses advanced MRI to perform a proactive scan able to detect solid cancerous tumors at stage 1 and around 500 other conditions.
Right.
So like aneurysm, spine, herniations, stuff like that, fatty liver disease. But, Jeff and them got some news, and that kind of sealed the deal.
Yes.
Because of one of his family members. And that was when I was like, okay, you're getting this done, and I'm getting this done. And it was such a breeze. I was normally MRI machines, I freak out. I have to take a Xanax. I have to take something, because when I do my breast MRIs, you lay face down and your boobs go into like this little slot, and you cannot move for 45 minutes. And it's really uncomfortable. And it's a metal. There's like a metal thing right in the middle. There's no padding.
Because they got to really smush them to see what's going on.
And so today I was like, okay, you're not going to get worked up. I made sure I didn't have coffee. You have to fast 4 hours before. And I was like, okay, don't get worked up. This is something that is going to help you. And yeah, it was like you walk in and it looks like this upscale healthcare, wellness, doctor's office. Like you go in, they have snacks everywhere and drinks. It's super clean. And then someone takes you back, one of the technicians, and then they put you in your room and you put all your belongings in there. It's all locked and they give you scrubs to put on and you change into your scrubs and they just explain everything during the whole time. And I was so calm because I typically
Do they talk when you're in there? Like when you're in the tube or
she'll
whatever?
tell you, she'll say, I'm going to check back in a couple minutes. We're going to run through this. And then you have a button you can hold. And if anything, if you need to get out, you just press that button.
That's probably.
So you hold on to it.
Yeah.
But
you said you could watch like Netflix in there?
That really helped me. So, because I'm going to close my eyes the whole time. I can't do this. Because when I laid down, I saw how tight it was. I was like, oh, I can't do this. And I started getting nervous. And she goes, there's Netflix you can watch. And she goes, what do you want to watch? I go, well, I normally watch murder, but I don't think that's a good idea to watch while I'm in here. She goes, no, I would pick something happy. And I got into this show, 4 seasons. It's actually really good.
Oh, yeah. You know, that's a remake.
It is?
Yeah, it's a remake from an old one, like Alan Alda, I think his name was. Yeah, from like back the guy from MASH. But it's a remake, but with great like comedians. We had that.
Yes.
We had that little Italian guy on our show on Great Day, Colorado.
Oh,
I was
you
like,
did?
Yeah, he came in. I was like, whoa, this is great. Like
Was he on it?
Yeah, he was on there. He's like an Italian guy on there.
Yeah, he plays like he's got a lover.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, he's so funny.
Yeah, he came on our show, which, you know, I'm just excited that he came on our show because we used to do things like that on Daily Blast Live a lot. But now this is a smaller show and it's not really that type of show. So when he was coming in, I'm like, oh my God.
I'm actually shocked he went on your show.
I know. And he was like a little nervous. He was getting an award in Colorado. So he swung through our show.
Is he from Colorado?
No, I don't think so. He's from Italy. He's from like right outside Florence. He does
a really good job. So I watched 3 episodes while this was going on. I was in there for about 55 minutes and you lay down and I'm explaining all this because Jeff is getting it done tomorrow and it's all padded. I didn't like, they have to lay this thing on top of you that's a little weighted. That was the only thing. I was like, I felt like I was getting hot. That was the only thing I like didn't really like because I started moving and she'll let you know when you start moving too much. And then a thing will come on. It'll say breathe in, breathe out, hold your breath. And they're like doing something with your brain. It's really cool though. So I wait a week and then they will have a nurse call me back and they break it down for you so you can understand it.
Yeah.
Because you have your portal and you can read it, but half the time we're Googling. I'm like, what does this mean? And then you're Googling it and then you freak yourself out.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
So I'm just waiting, but radiologists look over it and then the nurse breaks it down. So I'm curious just to see. And I text my friend from high school today and I said, you're the reason why I found out about this company and I'm going today. And she wrote me back and said, I'm so happy you're having it done. I found out that I have some, you know, actually, I'm not going to share her business, some other things going on. But yeah, I'm like, I felt today like on a high because I was very excited about myself that, you know, everything's in your mind. Mm-hmm. And I like fought it. Like I didn't have a panic attack. And the whole time I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a panic attack. And I didn't. And I was very proud of myself that I did it.
All right. I have a couple more questions. Let's take a quick break and then we'll come back.
Okay.
If you listen to this podcast, you might know we like to hang out with our neighbors.
Oh, yeah. I just was.
And we like to eat and drink on the weekends and have fun.
Why wouldn't you do that?
But sometimes all that eating and drinking and fun takes a toll on your body and you need a little break and you need a little reset. And that's where Prolon comes into play.
You guys, I love Prolon. It's really good. I like that you can choose your box. You can choose, you have the option to choose like what soups you want and the snack. It's really good. And it's a good cleanse. A lot of people that I know, not even selling it, they love it. They post about it all the time because they love the cleanse.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Prolon is a plant-based nutrition program featuring soups, snacks, and beverages designed to nourish the body while keeping it in a fasting state, triggering cellular rejuvenation and renewal. Next Gen builds on the original Prolon with 100% organic soups, teas, a richer taste, and ready-to-eat meals. Developed over decades at USC's Longevity Institute and backed by top U.S. medical centers, Prolon has been shown to support biological age reduction, metabolic health, skin appearance, fat loss, and energy.
But full disclosure, Jordan hasn't really been good about changing her eating habits. Am I right?
I do, but I don't. But I need it.
But if you want to lose weight, Prolon is a great choice and a great way to go. It's a 5-day program. You still get meals and then all the benefits you get from regular fasting. You got to help me out here, love.
Whenever I say I want to lose weight or I want to be healthier, nothing really sticks. That's when I turn to Prolon's 5-day fasting mimicking diet program. After 5 days, you feel lighter, more energized, and back on track. Now they've upped their game with the next gen packing the same science-backed benefits into a cleaner, more convenient, and tastier format.
Yeah, I did the 5-day program, and honestly, I feel so much better. It's like a reset to your body. And Next Gen took it to the next level for me. Prolon really isn't like any other diet I've tried because it's not really a diet. It truly is science. It's so convenient, and they send me everything I need just in one box like we talked about.
To help you jumpstart a plan that delivers real results, Prolon is offering Togetherness listeners an exclusive chance to be among the first to try the Next Gen with 15% off site-wide plus a $40 bonus gift when you subscribe to their 5-day program. Just visit prolonlife.com/togetherness. That's ProlonLife, PROLONLIFE.com/togetherness to claim your 15% discount and your bonus gift. ProlonLife.com/togetherness.
All right, welcome back. Yeah, so we were just talking about the procedure Jordan got done today. I'm getting it done tomorrow. Like I said, this episode will actually be out tomorrow. But I just think a lot of people are scared, to go to the doctor. And they think if I don't go to the doctor, I can't hear any bad news. But it's just the opposite. You know what I mean? You got to go face that news because it's very preventable if you catch things early. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I really want to do that. I understand it's costly. Not everybody could afford it. Maybe some people can't even afford a blood test. But if you can and you just don't want those results and you're doing it because you're reluctant of some sort, I would encourage you to bite the bullet. I'm the last person who wants to deal with insurance companies and all doctors and things like that. But sometimes you just got to bite the bullet for not only yourself, but your family.
Well, this is how I saw it. If I go twice a year, I'm supposed to get those MRIs done, which I've talked about. It's with insurance. It's $1,500 each time. So that's $3,000 I pay a year to have that done, which I'm behind a year because I just haven't felt like haven't felt like paying it and dealing with insurance. And then I'm like, this is a full body scan head to toe that I'm getting, not just my boobs, and it's $2,500. So I think it peace of mind too. We're both getting older and just knowing your body. I think you and I both have, you especially on a wellness journey. We're very strict about our AG1. You work out all the time. Lately, you've been a little stressed.
Yeah, I haven't worked out in
you have every reason
2 or 3 weeks. So haven't been working out, been drinking probably a little bit too much. And so I wonder what that test is going to show tomorrow.
Well, we know.
But yeah, so I'm going to get the results and see what happens. Go from there.
So hopefully all good results. But again, that was not an ad or anything. I just wanted to tell my experience. So if anybody does look into it, look in your area, they make you feel so comfortable. And it was such a good experience that I will definitely pay again and have it done, much rather than going to the hospital.
Yeah.
Did I say this before? I have white coat syndrome.
What's that?
Where they say that when you go to the doctor's office, your blood pressure just goes up just because you're nervous.
Oh, I think everybody gets like that. Even when they take my blood pressure, I feel like, oh man, I feel like my heartbeat's going up.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because I don't want to get a bad, like even a blood pressure.
It's almost like if you get pulled over for a ticket, you don't have anything, you haven't done anything wrong, but the cop comes up and you're like, hi. And you're like almost as if you're guilty.
Yeah, totally. And I don't know why I do that, even just with blood pressure, but you got to get over all that stuff. And like I said, if you can't afford something like this, I mean, just do something. Try to do something.
They
to take
did
care of
give
yourself.
me, I mean, I don't get paid for this or anything, but they did give me, I am going to put it on my Instagram. It's a link and to help. It's just to spread awareness.
Yeah.
That's all they want to do is just spread it. And they're trying to make it affordable for people. And it's a link and people can click on it. And it does give you a discount if you apply it, which is nice.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. We're going to switch gears here. People got the gist.
I know. I'm sorry.
But you were mentioning like watching a show. So I was flying home from Chicago and I watched the last couple episodes of the Righteous Gemstones. It's so funny.
That.
It's so stupid. You would hate it, but I love it. It's so funny. But anyway, so I was out of that. So I watched that Nathan For You show. Remember that Nathan guy?
Oh, why does that sound familiar?
You didn't like that either. It's like a show on HBO where he's kind of real dry sense of humor.
And he's very dry and he like has these projects and convinces people.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, y'all, that is the worst show.
Oh my God, it's hilarious. It's so funny.
It's such a Jeff show.
I know. I just like it. He's so like his sense of humor is so dry. I just love it. But anyways, the first episode of the new season on HBO was out and he takes on these big projects. So while I was on the plane, I downloaded, I was watching it and it's about pilots crashing. So he showed like simulations of these pilots crashing and he goes over this real life stuff. So I'm like, well, that's enough because we started hitting turbulence. I'm like, that's enough of that. And I just shut it off and I played Candy Crush. I don't know why. I never, ever, ever play Candy Crush.
Only on planes.
And when I get on an airplane, I'm like, oh man, I'm going to crush some Candy Crush. I never think about it ever unless I'm on an airplane.
I feel like on the plane, I just stare at the seat in front of me.
Oh my God, you're David Putty?
Because the kids, who's David Putty?
It's a Seinfeld reference.
Oh.
Where he just sits on the plane, he just stares right in front.
That's me.
And he doesn't read anything or do anything.
Normally I'll bring my iPod.
I get ready. I download shows.
Oh, you download stuff and the kids. I'm more worried about the kids being occupied because if they're occupied, then I just sit in silence.
I got to tell you, traveling by yourself is
so nice.
The best.
You just like breeze right through the airport.
I mean, I get through in 10 seconds. I'm like, maybe I'll have a little lunch over
Listen, we
here.
are better off than we were. Remember when it
Without
used
the
to
strollers and stuff.
I'll never forget when I went to Charlotte that one summer by myself and I had 2 car seats and they're what, 35 pounds a piece, 40 pounds. I had 2 of those, both of them on my shoulder, a stroller, Lawson I had the Up a Baby stroller. Is that still a thing? Up a Baby strollers? Those were like the jam back then. And then you know how you could it was like a stand and your toddler could stand while the baby was in there. And I remember this like, he was really like nice looking man. He looked like a football player or something. He came up to me and said, can I take one of those? And it was so nice because I was so stressed out. I was like sweating and hot and I was trying to make it to baggage claim to my dad. And he took one of the car seats and carried it, dropped it off at the corner for me and was like, just waved. And I was like, thank you. You're my angel.
So nice. Yeah.
So nice. Just like out of the blue.
I know. I try to
He
help
was
people
probably like
too.
a grandpa. And he you know why he did that? Because I think he was a grandpa. And he probably had like kids my age.
It's an amazing story.
I know. It's nice. But you know when you're on planes, there was one time this lady, her baby was crying and acting up, which is okay. I'm not complaining. And I wanted to ask, I had like a bunch of food because of my kids. Like puree, you know, the Squeeze-Its. And I wanted to be like, does your baby want this? And 2, like 1, people don't, I'm a stranger. I wouldn't take something if somebody handed it to me. But then I'm like, wait, is she thinking that I'm annoyed by her because of her baby? And I don't want her to be offended, but I'm just trying to help her. But then I feel bad, so I don't say anything.
Yeah.
Do you ever do that?
There was someone on our plane right behind me with like a little baby.
On this flight?
Yeah, on this flight. And or maybe it was on the way there. I don't know. And I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, I wonder if I have something in my bag that I could give the baby. But it was a little baby. And I went in my bag and all I had was beef jerky. And I was like, well, I wish I could help out, but I can't.
Yeah.
But if there's a mom, I see like a single mom traveling with kids or a little kid, I'll ask, do you need help? Especially if they're crying. Like, because I know how it was for me. And I know how it feels when you think the whole airplane is like, shut that baby up.
Right.
And it's like, oh, I know. I want to shut it up too. I'm the first person that wants to. I'm not doing this on purpose. So I'm very mindful of like, like mothers or anyone I see struggling with a baby.
I had the boys one time. There was a lady diagonal to us. Her son was crying a lot, and I had the boys like poke their head and like play peekaboo with them. And
Peekaboo?
Did I say that weird? I thought I said that. Peekaboo.
Yeah.
What did I say? Peekaboo?
Yeah.
Why did I say that? Peekaboo. And I had the boys like pop their head over just to be like, hey. And it kind of like helped. And she was like, thank you.
Oh, here's a quick story. So
Okay.
I was, speaking of rushing through the airport and thinking, I'm like, awesome. I was going through on my way to Chicago. I cruised through the airport, took all my stuff off. I was listening to a podcast, so I was like kind of just putting my stuff in my backpack.
Pretending like you're Black Betty.
No. So I was just putting stuff in my backpack. Even though I have TSA, I still take off my watch and stuff. So I put it in, in the whatever conveyor belt to go through the security. And I got all my stuff and and then at Denver airport, you got to get on a train. And then it takes you, there's like, section gate 1, gate 2, gate 3. And so Southwest is gate 3. So I get to Southwest and I was like, oh, you know what? I think maybe I'm going to have lunch. I'll grab a beer or something. And I'm like, what time is it? And I look, I'm like, oh my God, my watch. And I was like, oh man. And I looked all over my bag and I started panicking. I'm like, what time's my flight leave? But I had plenty of time. So I had to go back, get back on the train, go all the way back to security. Then I go through security and I'm like, hey, I think I left my watch here. And I was like, for sure, there's no watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, was it a silver watch? It was only like 15, 20 minutes. And he's like, I'm like, yeah, it's a silver watch. He goes, I just put it in lost and found, but you're going to have to describe it. And I was like, no problem. And I'm like, hey, buddy, do you have a silver watch? And he's like, yeah, could you describe it? I go, yeah, it looks like a real watch, but there's a crack right across the face. He's like, I got it right here.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. So now this story's building up, or this watch is building up stories, but I got it back. I don't know if that guy's calling me back that was supposed to fix the face.
Yeah. No.
I think I used a good excuse on him, and I think he used a better one on me because I haven't heard back from him. He's like, oh, yeah, we sized it out. We're getting it back from China in a couple weeks. It's been a couple weeks. I haven't heard from him.
So what do you do now?
He played me. I got to go play somebody else. I'm getting this watch fixed. It's just now it's a story behind it. Like the Jardiniere at
Why
Tony
don't you go to
Rigatoni's.
Chicago and like go to like one of your Italian friends and somebody there is going to know somebody that knows somebody.
I do know some jewelers over there, but I don't know if they want to mess around with it either and be like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Will we fix my cheap watch? I don't know about that. Whatever. It's just a funny story at this point.
Yeah.
All right. That wasn't that funny of a story. Let's take a break and we'll take some calls.
Okay. I call this the busy season for us right now because Lawson has practice 4 days a week. We're always in our car in the afternoon, and it's hard sometimes, like with food. And we don't want to go to fast food every single night for dinner.
Yes, and I love to cook, and I cook as much as I can. But with our schedule and work, sometimes there's just no time left in the day, and you need a little help.
Yes, Jeff is my personal chef and nutritionist.
And Hungry Root is my personal chef and nutritionist. So they take care of the stressful meal plans each week by recommending delicious recipes tailored to your taste, nutritional preference, and your health.
They make it easy to eat high quality, nutritious food and achieve any diet or health goals by tailoring recipes to a variety of lifestyles, from anti-inflammatory to gut-friendly, gluten-free or dairy-free, high protein, and more. Jeff's the high protein. I need to work on my gut health.
Planning meals and cooking really can be simple and stress-free. Just tell them about your goals and preferences. We have our own, and they'll fill your cart with personalized recommendations that get smarter as they learn more about what you like and don't love. And like Jordan said, I'm more of a meat kind of guy. I like my meat and vegetables, and Jordan's more of a fruit and chicken type of girl. I'd say more red meat and you're more chicken.
Yes, exactly. Most of Hungry Roots recipes can be made in just 15 minutes or less. And with over 15,000 recipes shipped each week, there's something for every taste and nutrition preference. That's amazing.
And if Jordan could do it, you could do it.
I'm proof that you can do Hungry Roots.
We love Hungry Root. Take advantage of this exclusive offer for a limited time. Get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/togetherness and use code togetherness. That's MESS. That's hungryroot.com/togetherness, code togetherness to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. That's hungryroot.com/togetherness. Use code togetherness. That's MESS. All right, welcome back.
Oh, sorry. I was like waiting on you.
Let's take some calls. Well, let's jump right into this. Cheyenne and its layover. Let's see what happened.
Ooh,
Hi, Jeff and Jordan. This is Cheyenne from Seattle. I'm actually in Denver right now. I have a really long layover. And I was wanting to go to that sushi place that Jeff was talking about, but it's closed on Sundays. So I will have to try it next time. And I ended up going to the convention center, which is actually huge. I did not realize what was out here. But anyways, it's Sunday. It's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Jordan. And I hope you guys have a great weekend and a great day. And I love the podcast. Love watching you on Big Brother. And yeah, have a great weekend.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much. You had a layover. Yeah, so the sushi restaurant she was talking about was Ukiyo Omakase.
Oh, she went?
No, she said she tried to go, but it was closed on Sunday. If that's the one you were talking about, because I was talking about this really cool sushi place that I went and did.
Because she's at the convention center that's downtown,
yeah,
right?
and so is that place. But I remember the name Ukiyo Omakase because I had to say it 800 times and I screwed it up 799. So now I'm like, it's in my head. But they offered us to come in and have a free dinner too. They wrote me and they're like, anytime you want to have a free dinner.
I know I told you to take our neighbor Mark because y'all are more of like seafood. So Mark and Jeff like the seafood and sushi, and then me and Mark's wife are like chicken fingers, fries, and ranch.
Yeah, there's none of that at this place.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, if you're ever in Denver, check it out. I went there just to do like what do you call it? Like a little package on them. And it was great. I met the chef, the owner. They have cool bartenders. So if you're ever in Denver and looking for somewhere cool to go, that's a cool little spot. You actually have to go in the back alley. What's that one? You don't
Larimer.
know. Yeah, Larimer Square. Thank you. It's right behind Larimer Square in this little alley. So if you're ever in the Denver area, it's a really cool place to check out.
That's the only cool thing really about your show is you get to you get to like places that I would never even
Yeah, that's
know.
what I like about it.
You get to get out and meet people and you kind of get to see the cool restaurants and you get to meet with the people. There's a place, it's not really my style. STK, you're like BFF with them
That's
now.
the steak story. Everyone,
steak story, and Jeff's like friends with them now.
Oh yeah.
But like at a certain time at night, it turns into a club, a kind of clubby. That's not really my thing. But I was like, I would go at like 4 and go early and have a few drinks.
Well, yeah, it's for sure. But anyways, she mentioned loved you on Big Brother. We had this girl on today, and it's Fashion Week here in Denver, and she's like 26 or something. She looks like she's 12. And they came in with all these models. I'm like, these girls that look like they're 12 years old, but they're all in their 20s, right?
Yeah.
But then after, she's like, I was like rushing to go do another, I had to pick it up after the commercial. And she's like, oh my God, real fast, can I get a picture? She goes, I loved you and Jordan on Big Brother. I'm like, how old were you when we were on Big Brother? Were you 2? And she's like, no, I'm 26. So how long ago was that? I'm like 16 years ago. And she's like, oh my God, I still remember though. She goes, I was 10. Wow. And she's like, I loved Big Brother. It's so weird seeing you in person. I was like, it's so crazy. Like the generations that show goes through and people watching with their family. It's like, that always makes me feel good when they're like, it reminds me of my family. I always watch it with them, So that was cool. Anyways, that story sucked. Let's take another call.
Hey, Steph and Jordan. This is Tara from Scandia, Minnesota. And I've been, again, just like everybody else, been following you guys on your podcast since day one. I was really excited to hear that you guys were coming out with a podcast. I listened to you, or watched you, I should say, back when you were on Big Brother, and loved you, just like everybody else. You guys are fantastic. Jordan, I am also a Crime Junkie fan, and I have a couple of podcasts that I think you might really find interesting. First one is Crime Junkies, and the episode is called Fireball, and then there is a sequel to that called Fireball 2.0. Super interesting, and it also takes place in Denver. And then there is another one. It is called In the Dark. And I think there's 3 different, segments to that. But the one that I really like is the Jacob Wetterling one. And that is something that happened in my state. So sorry, my daughter is also making a lot of noise here. Let me know what you think of those. I'm super interested. Bye-bye.
I've heard of the Crime Junkie podcast.
There's so many crime podcasts.
I was listening to Derek's. Derek has a good podcast. Derek's very good at what he does. Derek, that was on Big Brother. That's what I'm talking about. And then, there's also, my neighbor asked me, I told her I was going on a walk. She's like, I need something new to listen to, like a new podcast or something. And sometimes I'll listen to crime stuff, but then I'm like, I watch it all the time. And then if I'm walking, I'm listening to it. And then it's like, that's kind of like what I'm thinking about all the time. So then I got to switch it up a little bit. But I will check that out. I'll remember Fireball. I'll definitely remember that.
Here, Tara, here's a question for you. I know you're from Canada and you guys do things a little backwards up there.
I thought she said Minnesota.
Minnesota? I thought she said Ontario, Canada.
Am I wrong?
Am I wrong?
I thought she said Minnesota.
Hold on.
Hey, Steph and Jordan. This is Tara from Scandia, Minnesota.
Oh.
Minnesota.
Oh, you got it right. All right. Well, I took a crack at you anyway for being from Canada. Karen, who I hosted the show with today, is from Canada, so we were making jokes. Anyways, that was just in my mind. But why did you say 2.0 and not 2.0?
I'd say 2.0.
What? 2.0?
I don't know. I feel like 2.0 is something you'd say like if you're talking about sports or like a movie, like 2.0.
Yeah, 2.0.
Yeah, but I'd probably say 2.0. I'd probably say the same thing.
I don't know, it just popped out.
I say everything wrong.
You and Tara, I would say 2.0.
Yeah, I would say that.
All right, let's take one more.
Hello, Jeff and Jordan. This is Karen from Hickory, North Carolina.
The furniture capital.
Y'all were talking about college stories today, and Jeff's reminded me of a time when the Teak Little Sisters, which I was a part of at Western Carolina University in Peleuses, North Carolina, every Christmas, the Little Sisters had to provide the Christmas tree for the Christmas party. So normally what they did is they went out and apparently stole a tree. We could not bring ourselves to do that, so we decided we would go out into the woods and cut one down. And we did that, and that was hilarious in itself. There was craziness occurring. And got the tree back to the house, got it set up, decorated. We're driving down the road where we cut the tree down the next day and realized that we had cut down somebody's, like the landscaping beside their driveway, like going up to their house or whatever. Like it was dark. We had no idea. We couldn't see. So needless to say, we didn't tell anybody where the tree came from. We kept that to ourselves. Love you guys. Of course, I have been following you since Big Brother. We love Survivor at our house. We love Traitors, and we love Big Brother, and we love you guys. Talk to you soon, or I feel like I talk to you every day or every time I listen to the podcast. We love you. Bye.
I love hearing Southern accents.
Thanks,
if
Karen.
you need furniture, go to Hickory.
Or just go cut down someone's tree and make your own. That's every time I hear like cutting down a tree, I think a couple of things. One is Christmas Vacation.
Oh,
when they cut down a tree and then he put it in the house and there's a squirrel. And two, our friends that we talk about all the time, they do that every year.
And I think it's the most miserable thing ever, and they think it's awesome.
Yeah, they love it. I do not want to do that.
No.
And tie it to my car
in
the freezing cold.
They carry it back to the car. It's 2 families that go, and this year, the snow was up to their hips. So the wife and kids had to stay back, and the dads walked through the snow, which one of our friend's husbands, he's like 6'4", so he's pretty tall. But yeah, and they bring it back, and I think it's the most miserable thing, but they do it every single year. It's like their tradition with their other family.
It does kind of sound nice, and I say that because it does sound nice. I don't necessarily know if I want to do that.
No,
I like putting up our trees
tree.
and putting them away. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's way
That's
easier.
too much work.
Plus, we have 3 trees.
We do, and I put them all up, not you.
Wow, I wasn't challenging you.
No, y'all, if we stay in this house like for 20 years, it is going to be, you're not even going to be able to walk because each year I buy more and more stuff. And it's like Christmas Wonderland in here, right?
Yeah,
It is
But I
pretty.
do like it.
It makes you happy.
It does make me happy.
And right after Halloween, the night of Halloween, I put up the red and green Christmas lights, and the neighbors know. They see me out there because I get over. This year, you can take the boys trick or treating. I kind of get over trick or treating. I'm not a big Halloween.
You can't get over it. It's for the kids. It's not for you.
I know, but this year I think they're old enough, and then I could just start.
Old enough to what?
They're just old enough, like they're getting bigger, where you could just take them, and I don't have to be there. Like I wanted to go when they're real little. Now it's like they're fine.
All right. Well, when October rolls around, remind me.
It gets, I don't know, it's just so cold. I like doing those trunk or treats. I never thought I would like doing that.
What's that?
Where you go to the high school and the kids have themes and they're on the back of their trucks or their cars, and some of them are mermaids, some of them are superheroes, some of them are some costumes they made up.
Oh, well, that sounds
And
amazing.
then they give the kids candy, and they all just dress up in costumes, and the high school kids are goofy with the kids. I kind of think that's fun.
All right, to each their own.
All right, let's
Live
read
tree,
the quote.
dead tree, trunk or treat, trick or treat. All right, let's read a poem. You know what? All these got mixed up because I spilled wine on them last episode, and
Oh,
I
I
had
see
to
they're
dry
different
them all
colored.
out.
You
Yeah.
did get that wine up.
I did get the wine out.
Shout
If you
out
guys
to
were
what's the
concerned.
carpet cleaner we have?
Stanley Steamer carpet cleaner,
Yeah.
handheld. I don't know if that's the brand, but it just popped in my head.
We need to have our air ducts cleaned.
That's so funny. Some guy at work, this guy Andy, he's definitely not listening, but he's the nicest guy. Every time he goes, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" And he gives me like knuckles. He goes, "Hi, you had a good day today? You having a good day?" And he's like always so sweet.
Aw.
He's like a sales guy. But he actually, I saw him in the hall. He's like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" I was like, "What's going on?" He goes, "Did you get those air ducts cleaned?" And I go, "No, dude." I go, "Actually, I didn't." He goes, "What? That guy asked for your number right after you did the show." And he goes, "He said he was going to call you." He goes, "He must have dropped the ball on that one. I'm going to follow up." And I was like, "Thanks, Andy." I go, "Seriously, I want to get that done. If he doesn't, no worries. I'll call him." And he just mentioned that today.
And is he calling you?
Yeah, he's going to reach back out and see if he could get it done.
I don't think we've ever done that.
No.
Did we?
Yeah, they clean your carpets and air ducts. I don't know if we told that story on air.
No.
Did we?
We didn't.
All right. Well,
That's just like such a grown-up thing to do. We should get our carpet shampooed.
and
You
air
like
ducts?
doing that, but
I do like
don't.
doing it.
You like going to Home Depot and
All
running
right.
it.
This is boring enough. We're going to talk about cleaning carpets.
This is life. this is our life. This
Life's
is what
hard
we
right
do.
now. Yeah, life's hard right now. All right, let's do something positive and we'll get out of here. Live your life each day as you would climb a mountain. An occasional glance towards the summit keeps the goal in mind, but many beautiful scenes are to be observed from each new vantage point. Climb slowly, steadily, enjoying each passing moment, and the view from the summit will serve as a fitting climax for the journey.
I thought you were about to cry.
I don't know, I cry all the time.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful. All right. Well,
All
thanks
right, we'll
for
be a little
listening.
lively next episode. Thanks for hanging with us. Thanks again for the purchases, like, subscribing, telling friends, all the great calls. You guys keep us going, both with the podcast and also, emotionally. Feels good.
Yes, Jeff loves to cry. All right. Bye.
Yay Media Group.